Hello, everyone. So we are going to start episode 11, which is the first episode in NUM Python Season 3 continue. So uh, from this episode, it will be a little bit more difficult and there will be the challenging problem. So I need your cooperation. So to manage smoothly this class, I definitely please help me. The only way you can help me is turn on your video and follow my instruction. Otherwise, it looks like really talking to the brick and the world, the nature. So please help me. That's the only thing I want you to follow me. Okay. So please turn on your video, then I can see your face, then check the feedback. Otherwise, there's no way to know how much you guys follow me and understand me. Please help me. So we have only the less than 10 students. Okay, I definitely can manage the class. So if the less than 15, so we do not have the many students in this classroom. So I know sometimes you are shy. Believe me, you cannot be successful in computer if you do not work with the other. So connection and the relationship with the other is very, very important in any computer and computer science and IT information technology in this area. So there's no one who can solve the computer and computer science problem alone. So you should work, okay, with others to do that. The first thing is you can show who you are, then the work with the others. So one more time. So the only thing I want you in this classroom is please share the video. Then I can check the feedback. So I every time I check the Zoom and how much you guys are following me. So otherwise, also next thing is please turn on your the Python, then whatever the things that I show you, please try to follow me. If you have any problem or any question, so we have the two wonderful TAs, the Ervin and the Nicholas. They will help you. So please use the chat box, or if the less than 10 student, even you can unmute by yourself by holding the space bar. Then you can ask the question, you can interrupt me. So that will be fine if less than 10 students. So I know many of the students are in vacation, then they would like to watch the video. I don't think it works well, okay? The best way is you can do the whatever we learned in this class during the class, okay? You can find much, much better the instruction video regarding to the Python from internet, okay? I'm not expertise on the YouTube, so you will find a really professional video, but that's totally different when you learn the computer program language, okay? It's totally different from the live and versus the recorded video. So even small thing, you can follow me by typing the anything. So I think that you first, because you attend this class on time, so you already the did the I think the half of the success. Then the other half will be the how much you guys follow me. Then the to help you, the Nicholas and the Ervin will help you. Okay, so today also this is the announcement. Next week is the 1st of July, the holiday. So we are not going to have the Saturday class. Saturday is July 3rd, which is the day before the 4th of July. A lot of the town and I think will have the fireworks. So it will bother me but you can enjoy the fireworks. So instead, we are going to have the Friday class next week. It's July 2nd, Friday, same time, 8 p.m. on by Eastern Standard Time. Okay. It's a daylight time. I think the daylight time, EDT. It's the Eastern Daylight Time, whatever, Eastern Time, the New York time, 8 p.m. So next week, the next episode, E12, will start July 2nd, the Friday, 8 p.m. So if you do not have any question, let's start with the stretch. Okay. I always thank you, the Brandon and Michael Lyon. And the Lion, I think it's a perfect attendance, right? So thanks so much. And Daniel, today we will enjoy the real Python. I think so far it was kind of easy and the base is kind of childish, the Python programming. But from now on, it will be much more the advanced. So I think that after you complete the next the few episodes, you will be much better in the Python programming. Okay, so let me stop the screen share of my iPad. Hey, so here is a question. So before we start to learn about today's topic. Today's topic, as I show you, I think I didn't announce. Oh, I announced in the email. So it will be list. So before we start, so why don't you open the PyCharm first? Okay. Then let me share the screen. Then you guys can also follow me. So if you can see my desktop, please give me thumbs up. As a user, that's not the N1 Python way. You can use the emotion. So why don't you click the emotion? If you click the emotion, there are a lot of the different and fun emotions. So first, we prefer to use the thumbs up. So why don't you give me thumbs up on emotion? Okay, very nice. Thank you, and thank you, and Michael, and Jonathan, and the Lion, and the Brandon. Thanks so much, and Nicholas also, and Erwin, Eden, and very nice. So as we have learned in the previous season, first half of the previous season, why don't you click the Python console? Do you remember the Python console? So if you click the Python console, it will be like this one. We practiced before. So this is the Python, the interactive share. Okay. So you will see the triple, the inequality sign is a green mark. This is called the Python prompt. So if you do not remember, please open the PyCharm, and you can see this Python console bottom of your PyCharm. Okay. So why don't you open the Python console next to the terminal? So if you are using the old version, maybe slightly different, you may not have the Python package. Don't worry, we are not going to use the Python package. So if you cannot find please contact the TA, Erwin or Nicholas, then they will help you where you can find the Python console. Okay, if you are ready, please give me thumbs up. Using emotion, please give me thumbs up. The Ryan, good. Eden, good. And the Brandon is also good. Michael, and please give me thumbs. Please be ready. Okay, so here's the question. The first question is why don't you create the variable? Variable name is the name and assign the value of your last name. Okay. Why don't you create the variable? It's a variable we learned the last episode. So why don't you create the variable? Name is the name. Variable name is the name, N-A-M-E, the name, and assign the value for your last name. Okay. So for example, in my case, it's the name, and so name is my last name is a string. So what do I have to use when you create the string? Lion. So do you remember? What do I use when you create the string variable? Do you remember? Okay, then what about the Brandon? Brandon, do you remember? So what do you use when you assign the string variable? Yes, the string, but when you assign the value, so what do you use? And anyone else who remember? So what do we use to assign the value, string value to the variable? Equal sign, yes. So we are going to use the equal sign then. Specifically string. So we need to use this one, this symbol. Nice answer, the Jonathan. Letters. Very good guess. So we need to use this one, quotation mark, either double quotation or single quotation. Otherwise, it will be error. So for example, my last name is Lee. So you can type name equal to equal sign as the Jonathan answer. This is the assignment, Lee. Then you can enter. Then what happened? There's nothing happened, but there is something going on your memory. Right-hand side, this part is the information about your memory. Okay, so as you can see, name is created. Name is a variable like the box. It's a small box in terms of N1 Python analogy. Okay, then we are you are assigning value Lee, L-E-E. This is a string. The string should be the quotation mark, either single quote or double quotation mark. Then using equal sign assign. Then this box is created and then the value LEE is assigned to here. Then put on the bookshelf. It's the memory. So this is what's going on when you create the variable for Lee. It's a name, variable name is a name and value is a Lee. Okay. Then here's another question. So I'd like to create, because I have a lot of friends at my school. So next, Daniel, how many friends do you have in your school? A lot. So name, so you wanna only one? So probably you have a lot, the friend you have. Then I'd like to create a variable for my friend. So how can you do that? So you can create a variable name. Okay. Then, so other friend is John. So if you create a John name like this, what happened? So what happened, Michael? What happened when you create another name and assign the John? What happened? Daniel, are you there? I'm going to call everyone. Take turn. It's not error, but John, there's nothing error, but John is assigned to the name. So if you see the right-hand side, name is still there, but value is changed. You lost the Lee, previous one. So this same name, we cannot use it for many friends. So any solution to create the many different names? Ryan, do you have any idea? You cannot use the same variable name. Maybe, yes, that's good idea. The Daniel suggested the way name one and Lee. Yes, name two, John. So why don't you follow me? You can create your own. Do not watch the video only. Just type and follow me. So as you can see, name one is Lee. Name two is John. So we can keep both of them. Later, you can use print. Name one. Why don't you follow me? Lee, you can use. And the print. Name two. Okay. Then here's another question. I have another friend, like the Scott. Okay. Scott is another name, my friend, my best friend. So how can you create a variable for my best friend Scott? Eden. Name three. Is it okay, Eden? To create the name three? Yes. So name three and Scott, like this. Why don't you create your variable on your Python console? Okay, if you have any questions, so please contact the TA. They will help you. So name three. So I have three friends, but who said that I have a lot of friends? So, but if I have the 100th friend, Jonathan, any idea when you have the 100th friend? Jonathan, any idea? If you have 100 of friends, I think it looks like Jonathan cannot hear me. Then go back to the beginning. Oh yeah, Jonathan is here. Not really, but let's see you can create a lot of them. So that is one solution. Yes, it's not wrong. So you can create a name one, name two, name three, then name 100. I think that it just take a time, but you can create. What about the 10,000 friends? Can you do that? Yes, if you have a lot of time, you can do that. But that's not the convenient way. So Python already knows such a problem and such a request. So today, as some of you answer, we are going to use which is called the list. So list is let me write down the name. It's the list is the new data type. As you can guess, the list is not just for one, it's the many variable. So when you have many data, so we can create, instead of creating name one, name two, name three, name four, name 100, name 10,000, name million, that's not convenient. That's not smart. Okay. As I said, computer scientists and the developer, they are very lazy and really hate such a repeated job. Instead, they'd like to Python provide a way to keep such a many data, which is called the list. So we are going to learn today how to create the list and how to use it. Okay, make sense? But think about okay, so I'm going to clear, then go back to this one. So actually we already used the list before. So do you remember this is the review of the for loop in anyone Python or the Carol, and also the last season, I think the episode something, we learned about the for loop, right? Do you remember that? So do you remember the for loop? If you remember, give me thumbs up. Yes. So very nice, very nice. So at that time, what is the why, this part? So why is the for each, this one, right? For each friend, for each something, for each this. Even range is the same thing. Yes, very good answer. Range. So range 5 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? For each. So we already use such a many variable. That is the list. So this why we already use. So today we are going to see what is the list. Okay. So this is the definition. I like the definition. So when you learn the mathematics, the 수학 in Korean, the best way to understand the mathematical concept is from what? Urban, our TA. What do you think? What is the best way to understand? Because the Urban is very good at the math, I heard. What do you think? We cannot hear you. I think there's something issue on the audio.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, okay, we can hear you. So when you study mathematics, what do you learn? What is the best way to learn?
Best way to learn, or
Yes.
new concepts, or
concept, right? So where is the concept?
just kind of taking it back in my experience and learning from kind of what causes what in terms of step by step.
Yes. First step probably is the from definition. So math always, sometimes it's a very, very easy way. So your math textbook explain what is this. That is actually definition. So math is really concrete. It's a strong concept. That concept comes from the definition. So if you understand the definition, then that's it. The others are just the additional thing from the definition. Same thing. When you learn something from the new concept or the data structure in computer science, it's not easy first time to understand what are they, but I have tried my best to give the hint to other, like as the Irvin said, what caused this, we already see why we need a list, because it has a bunch of variables in one. So this is a definition. If you understand the definition, game is over. The others are just the simple syntax and grammar. So let's read about this one. Ryan, can you read the first line for me?
Starting from the first bullet?
Yeah, only first bullet.
Oh, a list is way to keep track of an ordered collection of items.
Very nice. The thumbs up. So everybody give the thumbs up to the Lion. Thank you. Then, as the Lion said, there's the ordered collection of items. So first, we already, so the item means name 1, name 2, name 3, name 4, name 5, name million, name whatever. It's the element. Each one, okay? Each element, each member. Sometimes it's called the member, element, item, whatever, okay? Many things. However, that's the collection. We are not going to collect everything. It's the contain multiple items, like the name 1, name 2, name 3, name 4. Okay, it's a name collection. And also friend collection. Friend 1, friend 2, friend 3, and like that. So it's a collection of items. But one more important thing is it's an order. There is an order. Okay. For example, if you see the bookshelves behind, it's not mine, actually my daughter's. She's in college. So you remember in terms of anyone, Python, screen, anyone, Python, analogy. What is the bookshelf? Brenda, Do you remember that? Memory, yes, this is my memory. So I have a bunch of variables, okay? Bunch of variables. However, if you see let me stop share, and you can make the large my screen. So can you see this textbook over here? You cannot read it probably, but you can see the similar one next to each other. Okay, some of the books are just isolated there with that, but this textbook, this book is called let me get. It's the Little House. Anyone who read the Little House? Anyone? If you read the Little House, please give me a thumbs up. Anyone? So why don't you search? You can open the web browser. So then I'm going to share the screen. Okay, then why don't you type the Little House? Little House books. So you can see it's a series of books. So you can see the number. Number one is for the Little House in the Big Wood. Little House is you can see read the Wikipedia series of American child novel written by Laura. Okay, it's for her childhood and like that. I think that if you are in teenager, early teenager, like in Korean, it's 사춘기. If you understand, if you can understand the Korean, so it's a juvenile and early childhood the story. Okay, but it has a number of books. As you can see, there's a number. So it's a collection of books. So when I organize my bookshelf, instead of put the randomly, I can you can see the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through 9. So it's an order. What's the benefit? What's the benefit of the arranging by number? So Daniel, if I organize the Little House books in order by the number, what is the benefit, Daniel? It's organized, then it looks good. And also, always, our another TA, Nick. So what is the benefit? If I organize this book by an order, what is the benefit?
It's pretty easy to find the individual parts of that.
That's great. Please give him the thumbs up. Always, if you organize by number such a collection of books, it's easy to find. That's the main reason. That's the reason why you are using computer. That's the reason why you are doing Python program. Easy to find. Easy to find means fast. If your computer is slow, if your computer program is slow, throw away. You don't have to use it. Because computer is fast. Easy search, fast search we can use. So let me go back to here. So because it's an order, that's the benefit. Okay. So these 3 words explain everything about the list. Okay. Then we can get the benefit of this one. So the others are the additional explanation, but most important part is this ordered collection of items. Okay, so let's see. We can start right away. How can we create the list? I have seen already some of the students already know the list. Why don't you open the PyCharm again? It's still the Python console you have. Then when you create the list, we are going to use the bracket. It's a bracket with the comma. Comma will be used for separation of each member because we define list as a collection of items. So we need to separate by comma. So for example, my list, why don't you type as it is, then you will go. My underscore list is the name of list. Like the many other data type in Python, we are not going to specify. This is the list, this is the string, this is, no. The type will be determined by assignment. Equal assignment. We can still use the equal assignment. Then 1, 2, 3. Then enter. So this is your first list. Create in this class in Python. All right, so you can give the clap for yourself because you already create the first the list. Okay, if you see the right hand side, you can see the my list is 1, 2, 3. This is represent the symbol of a list, and value is the 1, 2, 3, like this one. So it's a very easy, very simple. Then this is not the string. Is it okay? Is it fine to create the number for the list? In other words, integer for the list? No problem. List can have anything. List can have the string. List can have the number. List can have the float. Even list can mix everything. As long as, that's the reason it's a collection of items. It's not collection of a number. It's not collection of a string. It's a collection of item, anything. So you can create the, for example, real numbers list. Years, 4.7 minus 0.0, 0.22, 1.6, like this. You can create. Do not take a rest. Okay, do not stop typing. You can type my screen, the example of this one. And also you can create the string. And for example, last, don't forget, it is the bracket, left bracket and right bracket. And you can use the single quote. Last of and the string of string in list. Okay. Oops. Yes, this one. There's a problem. String, it should have the quote. So then enter. So you can create the STRS. STRS, the string. You can mix. So like this one, mix. So number with the hello is a string. And also you can have the float. It does, even though you can use the true or false. So Brandon, what is a true or false? What type can represent the true or false? Do you remember, Brandon? Boolean, yes, very nice. Please give thumbs up to the Brandon. Okay, it's a Boolean. You can use a Boolean directly. That is the reason there's no. However, if you give this one, is it Boolean? Daniel, what do you think? Is it Boolean or not? True with the quotation mark. No, it's not. Okay. That's very nice. So this is not a Boolean. So in case of Boolean, without quotation mark and 6, then this is okay. Okay. Then how can I create empty list? No member, no item. Even you can empty list without any member. Just the left and right bracket, then that's it. No problem. You can always check the right hand side, the what variable are created. You can see a lot of list variable on your right hand, or you can check this one, like in your memory, it will be created like this. So very interesting. If you see the string, it looks like another small box. It's an item. Why? Professor Lee use small box inside the box. This is a little bit difficult question. Why? Professor Lee used a small box inside the box. Michael? Daniel said maybe it accounts for each letter. Wow, 99% correct. It's very, very close. Which means lots of such a string also list. Later, the next week, we will talk about the string very detailed. But here's the preview. So premium thing. So string is also list because each letter, as the Daniel said, each letter by combining collection of each letter is the string also. So that is the reason I draw like this one. Then you can understand the what is the list and why string is also list. Wow, it's just surprising. So then let's play with the list more. Why don't you create this letters list? Okay, letters. You may realize most of the list name has a product. It's not required. However, one of the characteristics of Python is better readability. If somebody read the code, letters means, wow, it's the product, it's the multiple, it may be list like that. So it's better. So why don't you create? If you create the letters, A, first A, and D, and C. I'm very slow, bad in typing. D, E. If you create this one, please give me thumbs up. Enter and check the right hand side. Okay, very nice, Brandon. Very nice, Jonathan. And who else? Eden, very nice. And Ryan already did. And Michael and Daniel. I'm waiting for Daniel's response. And Zhao and Charu. So please create the letters, the list. Okay. Okay, so here's another thing. So what is the definition of the list? You remember? Ordered collection of items. We already did the collection. It's a bunch of things, but ordered. So how can you represent the order? So we are going to use the number. That number is index. Unfortunately, so our little house, the list start with the number 1. Can you see? It's the number 1. However, our list start from always, it's very important, it's a 0. So, for example, that you create the letters A, B, C, D, E is number order 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the question. Why start from 0, not 1? Eden, you can unmute your audio by holding spacebar. You can say your answer. Eden, so why we start from 0, not 1?
Because it starts from 0, like the first
It's either 0 or 1. So our textbook, the book, start from 1, but list start from 0. What do you think? Why? Just guess.
Because the computer sees the first one as 0 and then the next
Yes,
one.
because it's a computer, right? So Eden said, please give him the 2 thumbs up if you can find the 2 thumbs up. Okay, so please give him the thumbs up because it's computer. Computer use what? It's a binary number, 0 or 1. From computer, always starting from 0. So that is the reason index number starts from 0. So it's A is 0, B is 1, C is 2, D is 3, E is 4. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We already seen the same thing. When you create the range 5 is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Do you remember that? That is the thing. So we are able to access individual, each letter using what? Each member using index number, this one. So for example, letters, this is the name of a list, bracket, left and right bracket, there's no space, and give the index number. For example, letters 0 is A, this one. Letters 1 means the B. Letter C is the this, okay? So why not just the check? For example, print letters 0. So why don't you print? You already learned the print function. So print letters 0. You can see A, right? And letters 3. It's the D. Letters 4. There's the E. What about the letters 5? What will be happen? Letters 5. Yes, right. It will be error. Like you will see this error a lot, the index error. Why? Index number is only up to the 4. Okay. What about this? -1. What do you think? What do you think? -1. Is it error? One error. Why don't you try? Nothing to lose. And enter. What will be happen? I think our smart TA, Nicholas, can explain why -1 is not the error, and the -1 means what?
It reverse indexes, so it goes from the back.
Very
like
nice.
If you put a -1, it'll
The
go one
minus
backwards.
means it's not the minus this direction. It's the direction from this. It's a reverse way. So this is the same as a -1 index, -2, and so on. Okay. So if you type the -6, it will be error. Okay. So why don't you type? Do not watch. So very nice. So then, so you can see the letters 5. Then I'd like to know how many members here. So here's the question. Do you remember how can you check the length of the string? We learned before. How do you check the length of a string? We can use built-in function. Length, yes, very nice. Daniel, no, try. So we can use the len function. It's the length. As I said, computer scientist guy, computer program developer, they are very lazy to type everything length. So they name len. So letters. Letters is the what? It's the list. Give me the length of letter. It will be 5. So if you check the letters, actually there is a number. So 5. So this is actually length. So this number will be returned. Okay. So that is the length. Okay. Then what about this one? If we know the length, we can combine length of a list with a range. Can you guess what is the meaning of this? Right, I will give the 30 seconds. So what's the meaning of this? I'd like to give this time the chance to another smartest, the TA, the Ervin. Can you explain the meaning of this to us?
Sure. So that's a for loop, and what it does is takes for each variable, or for in this case, you call like this variable that you usually see in the for loop I, and then for how many letters are in the list for letters, it prints that letter as denoted by I, and then an arrow sign, and then whatever is in whatever I is in the list.
Okay, very nice. Please give him the thumbs up. All right, thumbs up. Thank you, Brandon, Idan, and Jonathan. Thank you. So let me explain the one more time. So letters is here. Then the length of letters is 5. So this is the same as range 5. We already know what is a range 5. Range 5 is 0, 1, 2, 3, up to 4. It's actually list. Okay. Then for as the Erwin said, for each element. First 0, print 0, arrow, letters 0. Letters 0 is the A. So A will be returned. And 1, next one, B. And so up to what? So it's a 4. So 4 and the E will be returned. If you want to check, so why not? Just the typing as it is. You can do not wait. You should be curious what will be happen. So you can type the letters. Then don't forget always this one. Wow, we can do the programming in the Python console. Yes, you can do that. Exactly same thing with the Python. So this time, first I. 2 times. Wow, 0A, 1B, and 4E. Okay, so I will give a minute to type this. Please type like this, then see what's going on. If you can get the same result as mine, so please give me thumbs up. Very nice, Aidan and Jonathan. What do you think, Daniel? It's a loop how many times? 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 times. That is the reason we use the range 5 before. 4-side carol, range 4, like that, right? Very nice. Okay, then move on. So we already got the length. So just quickly answer for me. So what is the length of my list? You can use the chat box. 3, very nice. What is the length of rears? 4, very nice. What is the length of STRS? 5. And what is the length of mix? 5. Yes, good. What is the length of empty list? We can try. So please, length of the empty list. Enter is a 0, right? So you need to check with your fingers. Do not study the program language in your mind. Okay, never ever. Please type something. Okay, and move on. We already seen that this one negative is a reverse way. Okay, I don't have to explain again. So this is very, very useful, especially the -1 when you do not know the length. Okay, when you do not know the length of list, I try to return last one. Do I need to check the length and whatever? No, you can just use the -1. Then it's the last one will be returned. That is the way. Okay, so we are going to practice the list. So why don't you create the A list with the 10, 20, 30? Okay, A list is the 10, 20, 30. Enter. Okay. Then I'd like to add one more member at the end. At that time, so from now on, if you see the dot something like this, dot something, that is called the function. Actually, this one is called the method. Okay, the name, let me erase this and this one. So this one is called the method, or this is called the function. I don't think we have a chance to discuss about the method or object-oriented programming in this system, but eventually you should be able to know about this. But right now, just remember that something after the variable is called the method or function. Method or function means it's the action. You can do something like with the A list. For the A list, you can append the 40. So what's going on the memory? The 40 will be appended like this. You can try. Why don't you try? I'd like to add 40. You can use the append function because it's a function. It's a left and right parenthesis. You can add a 40 and enter. And you can print A list. As you can see, this 40 is added. Okay. From now on, you will see a lot of such a function, but most of them you can guess. Even though you never use such a thing, you are able to guess. So why don't you guess? It's guessing game from now on. What happened? Append the 50. So then 50 will be added. So after you create a new list, it's an empty one. So empty list, append A, append the 4.3. Then it will be like this one. So it's a new list. Okay. Then question, what is the pop? Anyone who can guess what's the pop function of the A list? Empty the list. Good guess. Anyone else? Anyone else? Remove something from the list. Wow, very nice. Very, very close. Anyone who finalized the answer? Pop means pop out. Taking out, yes. Taking out what? Yes, Daniel, finally. Daniel Aidan, the finally answer. Pop out, delete, remove, take out last one. So 4.3 will be removed. So X is A list, or A list is here, not the new list. A list pop out. So 50 will be taking out. Then, wow, there is an assignment. So X will be A list pop, that is the 50. So let's check. So you can A list the append the 50 and X equal A list pop. Then print X, it's a 50. Why don't you try this? That is the best way. Okay. After you guess, then try with the high chunk. So what if you pop one more time? Can you guess? I think the most of you can guess the result. What will be X? Ryan, can you guess what will be the X this time? $50. We already pop out X. So right now A list is like this. Then you are going to pop one more time. What will be the X? 40, yes. So best way you can try. So like this way. So you can one more pop and print X, it will be 40. So pop is taking out the last item. Okay. You can do one more time, it will be 30. You can do one more time, it will be 20. You can do one more time, it will be 10. You can do one more time, but it will be error because it's already empty. Okay, so that is the pop method. There are a lot of methods. I'm going to quickly explain. So in the 30 minutes, so Erwin is not available for TA today. So Nicholas and me will split the group into two. Then explain about each list. Okay. So Nicholas, explain about very briefly about each list. Then the next, there is one problem. So problem one. It's not problem two. We do not have enough time today. So why don't you solve the problem one? So I'm going to quickly go over. Then during the office hour, the TA and me will explain about each of them. So list, the print. When you print, you can use the print function. Okay. And if you want to check the whether empty or not, if the list name, this is a list. If num list, that means if there is no if empty, it's a false. If there is any item, that will be the true. So you can check the whether empty or not. Then the third one. So we already see this. So we can use the element with the for. Oh, not this one. This one is whether item is in the list or not. At that time, you can use the in. So for example, X in list. What is the X? X is 1. 1 is the num list. Yes, there is 1. So this is a true. So if true, the code block will be run like this. So this is a very, very useful when you check whether specific item is in the list or not. So this is a pop. This is what will be the remove. Remove the specific item. So if you wanna pop out the specific item, you can use the index. If you wanna remove the specific item, you can use the remove with the index number like this. Pop to fun list, pop to this one will be pop out. You don't be confused. 0 is always a 0, 1, 2, 3 like this one, and so like this. And D will be index number 2. Index number is not changed. Only the position will be changed. Okay. So then, and remove. So if you remove the B, in this case, the A, B, B, C, which one will be removed? Always the first value will be removed like this. Then like this, A, B, C. Okay. Then extend. Extend, you can add, append other list. So this one, list 2 will be added. Okay. This one will be added. It's an extend. Sometimes you can use the short operation, plus equal. So, but I don't see a lot the plus equal for the list. Okay. Instead, you can use the extend. And append, you can append other lists, but be careful. If you are using the append for the list, this is the list. What will be happen? Carefully see the result over here. It will be another item because append is the appending one more item. This, but as a member, it will be list. It is possible. Okay, like this one. So it's a list inside the list. It is possible. If you don't understand this, don't worry. You can forget about this one right now. But later, list inside the list will be very, very useful. Okay. And you can use the plus operator. Plus will be create the new one. List 3 is list 1 plus list 2 in this order. index. So it will return index number of B. So first B will be, there is the index number will be returned. And if you wanna append will be the last one. What if I want a specific location? You can give the index number and the value. Okay, thank you, the Erwin. So you can leave. And almost, and the copy, you can copy the entire list to the new list name, like this. And also in case of a number list, so you can do the maximum, minimum, summation. You can, sum is very, very useful if you want to add all these members value, then the 11.8 will be returned. Okay. So I think that we need to do the problem one in the next class. Okay, because I need to explain about the test as a parameter is a mutable and immutable. This is a very, very important concept and slightly difficult. So I'm going to stop here. Then you can join the TA session, the Nicholas, during the TA office hour. Why don't you go over the one more time this the function? Okay, then you can practice like by creating the list on the Python console, then explain what's going on. You do not have this one, right? This file. What is the best way?
I only have the one for the special one.
The
one that's like the problem too.
You don't have this one. I think because let's set aside the next class next week. Okay, I don't think because the TA does not have this material. I don't want to share the material because two students rely on too much on such the material. So next class we will we will continue for the last part of the list. And at the time that we will have the TA officer. We do not have the TA officer today. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, thanks so much for joining today. We do not have the office hour today, but next week we will have the continue of the episode 11. But on Friday, not Saturday. Saturday is the day before the 4th of July. It's noisy by the fireworks. So we will have the class on Friday, so 8 p.m. the Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, thanks so much for joining, and we will see on Friday. Thank you. No TA office hour today.